Hello, and welcome, gentle viewer. I am Miles, and this is a second look. Normally, we make videos on world building, character development, and storytelling. However, this is going to be my first in a series of interactive stories. That's right, we're going to do Dungeons and Dragons. And you are the adventurer. The choices of what happened are yours. Perhaps you'll make the wrong choice, and it'll lead to ruin, devastation, humiliation, and the bards will sing your name with disappointment. Or you'll make fantastic choices, and it'll lead to glory, treasure, and the bards will sing your name to all the people with joy and celebration. The choice is yours. The choices are all yours. When a time comes to make a choice, listen to the options, and when the choice comes that you want, go to that corresponding video, and the story will continue right up until the end. Enjoy. The air at the base of the cliffs is thick with the humid heat of late spring, heavy with the smell of pine resin from dense forest behind you and the sharp salty tang of the sea below. You pause at the edge of the tree line, resting a gloved hand on the pommel of your broadsword as you look over your reflection in a pool of still runoff water. High-set elven ears taper through messy dark hair, framing a sharp jawline divided by a white knife scar running down your left cheek. Beneath a low brow, lavender eyes, a stark trait of your mixed elven blood and human heritage. Scan the terrain with cold, practiced precision. At 24 years old, standing 6 feet tall and a lean 180 pounds, you carry the disciplined posture of a military veteran turned mercenary. A man who's survived formal skirmishes only to realize honor pays far worse than pragmatic coin. You adjust your gear, running a quick mental inventory. Across your chest sits a light scale mail vest over a rugged gray tunic and heavy trousers, reinforced by padded bracers on your forearms and steel-capped boots. At your right hip, your broadsword. At your left, a low-profile hunting knife, and strapped inverted across your chest harness, the grip of a quick-draw dagger facing downwards. Wrapped tightly around your waist like a belt is a 50-foot coil of heavy cord, secured at your back with a 3-pronged iron grappling hook. In your leather pack, you carry basic iron rations to eat, a water skin, a flask of cheap spirits, a vial of lamp oil, tinder, and a field bandage kit. Now high up on the headland, choked in ivy and wild brush, the gray stone keep clings to the cliff face, partially built onto the rock, partially carved directly into the mountain itself. A sharp screech echoes overhead. Far above, dark shapes with ragged wings glide near the upper stone before diving out of sight. Harpies. The antiquarian who hired you paid half up front to retrieve a family signet ring belonging to some long-forgotten lord. A piece of supposedly minor gold value, he said, but high personal sentiment. He omitted mentioning the feathered scavengers nesting in the structure, but your military training has taught you contracts rarely come without unlisted hazards. Using the forest for cover, you scale the slick incline until the woods give way to ancient overgrown masonry. You slip through a collapsed gap in the lower wall and step onto the flagged floor of the outer courtyard. The main entrance to the interior keep is carved directly into a mountain face ahead, a monumental archway shrouded in deep shadow, but the threshold is guarded. Perched on the broken lintel above the archway are 2 harpies. Their lower bodies are those of massive birds of prey, with filthy razor-sharp talons. Their upper torsos resemble gaunt, pitch-skinned humanoids, with feral, greasy hair and feathers, and hollow eyes. They're tearing at the dead carcass of a seabird, their screeching chatter echoing inside the vaulted entry. To get inside the mountain keep, you have to cross 30 feet of open, rubber-strewn courtyard without getting torn apart or driven over the edge of the cliff. How do you enter the keep? Use the oil vial from your backpack to set fire to a patch of dry bush near the outer walls, using the smoke and noise to draw their attention away while you slip beneath the archway into the dark unnoticed. Or, do you draw your inverted chest dagger and throw it to strike the primary harpy before it can take flight. Then draw your broadsword to finish the second in tight quarters before it can screech for the rest of the flock. Or do you use your heavy leather pack as a makeshift shield overhead and make a hard low dash straight for the dark archway, gambling on your scale mail and speed to carry you into the enclosed tunnel where their wings are useless? What will you choose?